I'm back again. This is part 3 of the haul. Like I said, I've smooshed a few hauls together from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday together, and I got a lot of books to show you. So, in 15 minutes, I've shown like a set of books on 2 videos. So this is my 3rd video, and I'm trying to keep them at 15 minutes so they're not too long. If I could make them 10 minutes, I would do that, but I think that might be a little too short. So 15 minutes should be good. But Ice Cream Man, because I'm going by what I do. Sometimes when the video is a little bit longer than 15 minutes, when I'm watching some videos, I kind of get a little tired, everything like that. So I'll pause it, go do something, then come back and watch the rest, or just have it for background noise. And if I see something that sounds cool, I'll go ahead. When I'll stop, I'll go and look at the book that the person's showing, everything. So, but here's Ice Cream Man number 10. The girl, when I went in there, she goes, "Hey, I put an Ice Cream Man book out." She goes, "You might like the cover. You might appreciate the cover." So she goes, "I just put it out," and I do. Look how wild that is. $1.99. Cool. And my last video, I found a Harley Quinn book that she said she had been putting out some Harley Quinn books because she knows my girlfriend Janet likes them. So I found a nice Harley Quinn book with Wonder Woman on the front of it. I showed a Harley Quinn, the little black book #1 on my last video. It's going for a little bit of money, so she's been putting them out. It was kind of bent up and everything, so I got it not really bad, but just kind of curved. So I got to put it in a bag and board, and I got to flatten it. And one of the guys I go to, Capital City Comics, says he charges just a little bit of money to press books. So I'm gonna see if he can press some of the stuff that I have that's worth a little bit. He's the one I bought the Wolverine #1 from the miniseries off of, where he got a big stack of books from a customer that brought them because she found them in her house when she moved in. I'm like, how do you find 50, it was like almost like 40 to 50 books, he said, wrapped in a string, and they were all Wolverine #1s from the video where he's going like this. He's got his claws out and he's going like this. Come here. I'm like, in the miniseries, I'm like, are you serious? And he showed them to me. He's got like 8 of them he's going to send in. They're about 9.8s to get them graded. And he had like 4 of them for $80, and 1 of them he had for 40, and I bought the $40 one. I'd like to go back and get the $80 ones because they're really nice. The color and everything, the folds and everything. He pressed some of them he had to do, but most of them they were all in the center. And he said the other ones he's gonna charge less for them, and some of them might have been a little damaged on the very edges. But I was like, wow. So I never had one of those before, and I found number 2 or number 3 at Half Price Books for $1, and I showed it to him. I was like, pay $40 for this one, but the number 2 or 3 is worth this much. But I found it at Half Price Books the other day, and the day before, a guy told me he had just went through and he found number 3 and 4, something like that, or whatever one I don't have. He had found 2 of them, but he missed that one. And I was like, yeah, I came in there an hour after you did, and I found it. And he was like, oh, but beautiful color and everything. But it's just like you said, you never know. The books stick together. The stickers they were putting on right on the cover were sticking together to other comic books, and I had to be very careful when I was pulling them apart. When I saw that one, I'm like, oh my goodness, and I had to be very careful, and just beautiful. So these I like because they're Todd McFarlane's early work. Infinity Incorporated, number 28. And this guy reminds me of Spawn. When you see some of the artwork inside, it's just like early Spawn. He did that Batman Spawn cape just all over the place with this guy. And I think, what's this guy's name? Mr. Bones, it says. Very cool. And this one's number 29. Situation Terminal. Cool. This guy was kind of weird because his arms were so skinny. And look how big he is. He had these skinny arms. So, this is cool. The Immortal Iron Fist by Brubaker, Fraction, Aha, and Hollingsworth. Number 1. $1.99 for it. I saw a few more, but I just wanted to make sure I got number 1 because it's worth the most. Very cool. I never owned it before, but if I see them when I go back, I might get the rest of them just to have reading copies or something like that. But very cool. This was cool. Justice League number 200. Justice League of America number 200. It's got George Perez art. And I paid $1.14 for this. It's just really cool. Look how thick that is. 100 page. I like those old 100 pagers. But George is just wild with the detail. It's like, wow. This was cool. Justice League number 20. I passed it up before at one of my local stores because I didn't realize it was worth money. And I said when I go back and look at some books, I'll just flip through the different sites, eBay and mycomicshop.com, and other, and maybe talking to people and seeing at stores. Pack Rat had it on the wall for about 12 to 20 bucks, something like that. I can't remember. And I told her, the girl that worked in there today, I said, I paid $1 or something for that. She goes, really? And I told her, go to Half Price Books. She goes, yeah, I'm trying to build up my collection. I said, go to Half Price Books. I said, I told your owners for Pack Rat. I said, you got to go in. They just laughed. They were like, but I don't think they have enough time. Because they get people bringing in comic books all the time, and they're buying stuff all the time, so they really don't need to do that. But if they just wanted to maybe take a chance and run in there, Capital City Comics, I told Tony, I said, go check it out. He said he's going to get a job there. He said, I'm going to get a job there, and I'm going to price the books the way they're supposed to be, and you ain't going to be able to get them for cheap anymore. I said, you better not. But I was like, you stay away from the store. But it's just cool like that you can get the books. But I paid $1.99 for this. This is Justice League number 20. And I think this is going for about like 12 bucks, maybe a little more. So, and I know to look for it now. Just same thing with Contest of Champions, number 1, and another book I'll show you later that I didn't realize had went up as high as it did. Knights Temporal, number 1. I thought this was cool. I got this for $1.99. I don't think I bought it new, but I got it. I got Once Upon a Time. I bought it new, but I didn't buy this one. I'd like to buy. They got a lenticular cover, or I think it's a lenticular of this, but it was like 40 bucks or $49.99 at Pack Rat, or not Pack Rat, Laughing Ogre. And I'm thinking, I don't want to pay that. So I said, I'll wait. Maybe if I get some extra money or something like that and I want a special cover, or if I think the book is just really cool, I'll get the special covers. Like the new Star Trek Year 5 comics that are out, they had special covers for that too. But those were like maybe $5.99, $6.99 they were charging for the variants. Those weren't too bad. But I didn't buy the first ones when it came out. But guess what? Found them at Half Price Books. I want to read that. The Magdalena, number 3. This was cool because it's got this big, it's from Eruptor.com. It's got this big gold logo on the bottom of it, right there. So I thought that was cool. I paid $1.25 for that. When I saw that, I said, you know, maybe something special about that. I'll grab that. And I checked it on eBay. It's going for a little bit. This was cool. There was 2 copies of it, but the other one was beat up, so I left it. Marvel Comics presents Cyclops versus the Minions of Master Mold. This is number 19 with a Rob Liefeld cover on the front. I paid $1.14 for it. They had 2 copies of it. I wish they would have been both in good condition, but they weren't, so I just left the other one. This is giant-sized annual Marvel Age number 3 with all these artists in it. I thought this was cool. It's got a wraparound cover on it. I paid $1.14 for it. And you got all these different artists in it. And writers and stuff like that. Just a cool cover. This was cool. It's got a Norm. I forgot the guy's first name, but it says Norm on it. But he did I don't think this is a wraparound cover, but it could be. Masters of the Universe, cover C for Image Comics. I paid $2.98. Yeah, $2.98, something like that for it. Or $2.99. Might have been $2.98 because it's a $5.95 comic book. Just really cool. It's got like a gold print on the cover for the logo. This I've been looking for a while. Nailbiter, number 1. I've been looking for it for a while, and I found it. I was like, as soon as I saw it, I said, "Wow!" Because I find 2 and all the way up, and I couldn't find number 1. But like I said, when I went into the one store, the girl was putting them all out, and she's packing it. And it was on Saturday, and they were putting out new books, so I got this one. Really sick. But it looks like it might be a good story, but it's just serial killers or something like that, or it's just weird and everything. But $1.49. Everything that's not kid friendly content. So like I said, I try to keep my books and everything kid friendly or anybody friendly, because I don't want anybody to get offended or anybody to go grossed out or anything like that. But it's comic books, and the rules and stuff on the independent companies aren't quite the same as they are on DC and Marvel Comics and stuff like that. But Image can do pretty much what they want. And when you look at the books and they say adult only. This one doesn't say it on there, but some of the stuff, some of the content, like I went into Half Price Books Saturday, and the guy that worked there was trying to help some kid. I think he was probably about 13, 12, 13. He was trying to help him get a book, and he wanted some comic books, and he showed him Doctor Strange, and it was Doctor Strange #1, and the recent one that came out, and what's that? I forgot the artist who did it, but it's a yellow cover, but he showed it to the boy, and the boy was like, "Oh, it's kind of cool." And then his mother came over, and he was explaining it to him, and the mother was like, "Oh no, he's too young for that." And see, it's like up to the parents to figure out whether they want their kids to look at certain things or not. And she wouldn't let him get it. So he was like, "Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, ma'am, that I showed him this book or something like that." He said, "But there's other books you can get." And she was like, "Okay." And they looked at other stuff, but she didn't want him to have Doctor Strange. She thought he was a little bit young for that, and she could have been. He could have been, and everything, because some of the stuff in it, the imagery and everything. But I don't know if he's seen Avengers. And if he's seen Avengers, Doctor Strange is in that, but maybe he didn't. But if he has, the book isn't any worse than what the movie is. So I don't know. Which I'm not sure what she was going by and everything. Like when my son was getting older or younger, we didn't let him watch some of the violence in some of the Iron Man movies, Iron Man punching and beating everybody up and everything like that. We didn't want him to see all the imagery and like the Hulk and different things and stuff. But it's like it's up to you. It's your judgment when you're a parent or something like that to figure out what you want your kids to see and what you don't want them to see and stuff like that. But we all know as we were kids how we sneak and look at stuff that we shouldn't be looking at, or nothing maybe really bad, but you just looked at violent movies or scary movies and stuff like that. Your parents might not want you to see them, but everybody's probably done it and everything. But like I said, but you know what your parents want you to see and what you don't want to see, and hopefully, if you're a parent, you guard that stuff. But like what's going on right now with the FTC and COPPA with YouTube, well, as that goes out, we'll see how everybody's going to be affected. Hopefully, not too bad. We'll see. But Nailbiter, number 30. That's the last one. So I picked that one up. Paid $1.49 for that. So those were together. I was like, wow, I'll just get them both. So, and then I got New Mutants, number 8 and number 10. And I paid $1.14 for both of them. Here's number 8. And here's number 10. At one time I had a whole set of these. And I had a video earlier this year, and I showed where I picked, or earlier this year or late last year, something like that. I had almost a whole run that I had found, but I only bought the valuable ones and like the first 5 or 6, 1 through 6, something like that. But just really cool. I used to have a whole run of them. Then I found this one. This was kind of wild. Nightmare, number 1, by Remender. I think that's Rick Remender, but I like his writing. So this I paid $1.99 for it. I'm not sure if it's like, as you can see, look, it's a weird horror one, kind of like. And this was cool. I got 1 through 6 of Punisher, the Max series, and you can see here they had them, the Punisher 1 through 6 for $9. So I put down on there $1.50 each. So look, I got number 1. All of them in excellent condition. When I saw them, I said, that's worth $9 to get 6 books. So $1.50 each. And this is worth, what was it, like 17 to 20 bucks? Something like that. I was like, wow. And here's number 2. This one's worth about $8, $9. Here's number 2. I love the covers on these. Here's number 3. They've been doing a lot of that at this one store I go to. They've been putting the books together and taping them together. I have to do a haul video, or I have to do a hunt video. But there's been so many new books out and so many good books. I've been trying to hurry up and flip through them really quick before somebody else comes in and gets them. So I said I want to get a good section. And what I want to do, when I pick all the books that I get, I'm going to have to film it right there so you can see what I'm looking at. Because I don't want you to miss anything, because I think it's just fun to take you along with me when I go. Here's number 4. Like I said, try to hurry and get through. And I know some people get mad if you're like looking through the books and pricing them while you're looking at them, and they want to get in there too. So I try to hurry and pull the stuff and get out of the way, because I don't want to block anybody and make somebody mad at me or something like that, because I would probably get a little bit perturbed too. Man, hurry up, look through the books, man. I want to get through there too, man. So, but I'm not going to be yelling at anybody like that, but it's just like, and nobody yells at me, but they wait for you to move and then you go. So, and the way they got the books, I wish they had them all set up and spread out and had a bigger section, because then you got to, the ones that I'm at, you got to pull the door and people got to move out of the way and stuff like that. It's kind of tight, but It's what it is. What it is. You know how that goes. So here's Punisher number 5. I'll hurry up show you these real quick, and then we'll be done. And here's number 6, the last one. Paid $1.50 for all these together. They were like $9 for 6 books. But I got 1 through 6 for $9. It was cool. And number 1 and 2 are worth twice that. So, or twice that together. But thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great day. I'm going to start another video, show you the rest of these books. You guys have a great night. And Collector Dude is out. All right. Bye-bye.